What's poppin', man? You already know who it is. It's the chosen one, Macabre 13, coming at y'all with another video. And today I want to talk about something that's been highly requested. A lot of people have been asking me on my thoughts about CERN. So CERN is basically a very advanced scientific project, which is based upon hydro colliders, which is basically some super high-tech shit where they're able to actually speed up particles to such a fast rate that they can open up black holes. And the conspiracy theorists say that they're opening up portals to other dimensions and letting different type of entities and demons and all this type of shit through. So I'm gonna kind of just give my thoughts on this because a lot of people have been asking me about it. And yeah, I've known about CERN for probably about 5 years. And you know, pretty much everybody in the conscious community, anybody that's spiritual or into tech, has pretty much heard about CERN. There's a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of different thoughts around it. But me personally, I feel like CERN is alien technology. See, a lot of this technology that we have wasn't actually invented by humans. It may have been partly invented by humans, but a lot of people that create this highly technological shit, they are in tune with certain spirits and they are in tune with different dimensions of knowledge. See, when you study all ancient cultures, whether we're talking about Egypt, the Dogon, Africa, all of these indigenous ancient cultures believed in aliens. And so you can even look on the walls of Kemet. They have pictures where they're actually showing what we would consider to be aliens or different types of beings or extraterrestrials interacting with them and handing them objects. So I interpret that as a lot of the technology that we get actually does come from higher intelligent life forms. Because when you actually study CERN and you look at the videos, you look at the pictures, the complexity of that shit is really beyond human logic. And see, a lot of people that are extremely intelligent, they are in tune with higher beings, even if they're not aware of it. And a lot of times that's the best way, because these entities, these different beings, they don't want to necessarily be revealed. They just want the work to be done. And a lot of time they use this technology as a bridge to cross over into our dimension. So my thoughts about CERN is that there are higher intelligent beings or extraterrestrials, aliens, whatever you want to call them, and they are instructing these particular humans, these particular scientists, to construct this so that they can actually gain entry into the world. Because contrary to what many people think, Earth is where the party is at. A lot of the spiritual beings, a lot of these different aliens and different life forms, they want to come to Earth because when you come to Earth, you can actualize your mind, you can actualize your desires, you can actualize your thoughts, and you can have unique experiences here. See, a lot of humans, especially people that's conscious, a lot of people don't like the Earth. I hear a lot of people saying, you know, man, I can't wait to get off the planet. You know, when I leave, I'm not coming back. But see, what happens is a lot of times when you leave this particular realm and you go into the nothingness, nigga, nothingness gets boring at a certain point in time. So a lot of times people come back to the Earth just to experience things. And see, a lot of the people that's at the elite level, that's at the highest 1% level of society, a lot of these people are reincarnated beings who have actually ascended spiritually, and they just choose to come here and just fuck around. Because since this is a simulation, see, when you at the top and you have spiritual knowledge, you gain the ability to create your own reality. So people like the Queen, people like the Pope, all of these people that's at the super high level, these are beings who have transferred their consciousness from body to body to body, and they can literally come to Earth and leave Earth whenever they want to, because they understand that the body is just a vessel. See, people that are asleep, they look at humanity, they look at people, and they don't understand that the body is just a vessel. And at any time, a different consciousness, a different spirit, however you want to define it, can actually overtake your body. And that's not always a bad thing. It's just like, this is why spirituality exists. This is why things like voodoo and Ifa and Hindu culture and different spiritual systems, they deal with spirit, they deal with divination, they deal with going into trance and doing rituals so that they can connect with energy and beings on the other side so that they can use that energy to assist them. Because if you really want to change your life, if you really want to reach a high level of success and power, then you're gonna need some help from the other side. You don't just make it to the top 1% and to the top levels of society unless you have spiritual energy and spiritual beings that's backing you. And a lot of times certain people just have certain bloodlines that have certain connections to where they don't consciously know that they have spiritual beings and angels or demons or different type of entities protecting them and assisting them, but it's happening and it's actually going on, and this shit is real. And if you actually take the time to meditate, clear your mind from all the bullshit, get out the matrix, you can interface with these beings. because I had an extraterrestrial encounter back in 2011 that seriously altered my whole life. I came into contact with certain spirits and they gave me certain knowledge, they gave me certain information, and they downloaded information directly into my pineal gland that allowed me to start seeing things, that allowed me to start feeling and perceiving things on a different level. It opened up my abilities to channel and to actually tap into higher levels of creativity. So this shit is real. But see, the problem is, unless you're born into a certain bloodline or a certain family, you'll never know about any of these things. Because if you went to public school, if you was indoctrinated by religion, then 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be a fucking idiot. You're gonna be spiritually blind, and you're gonna be cut off from the metaphysical world, because they're gonna literally put your mind in the box. And this is what we call the matrix. Certain people have experiences where they get introduced to the spiritual world spontaneously, you know, but a lot of people that's in the elite, that's at these high levels and in these elite families, they're groomed from birth to actually know how to interact with spirits and how to tap in. So while you was in public school learning some bullshit, getting dumbed down and programmed, there are other kids who is actually learning how to use their intuition, learning how to meditate, learning how to actually talk to spirits, learning how to actually channel energy from the cosmos and use that on the physical plane to actually advance their life. So they literally created a whole system to lock you down spiritually. Like I said, they use the school system, they use the media, they use religion, they use all of these things to mold your mind so that you never actually see the truth. So while they learning about magic and mysticisms and learning how to actually manipulate reality in real time, you learning some bullshit in school that you never gonna use, that's not gonna benefit your life in no way. And so by the time you in your 20s and 30s, you so far behind that you'll never catch up. And by the time you actually start to learn the game, it's really kind of too late, because they've been doing rituals for the past 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years. And you just now getting in the game thinking you doing some shit, not realizing that even the conscious and spiritual knowledge that we get, it's really only like 1% of the real knowledge. They got certain books in the Vatican that is not available to the public. It'll never be available to the public because they got the real knowledge. So they give you Jesus, they give you Christianity, they give you the Islam, they give you watered down versions of ancient religions and ancient texts and ancient spiritual systems, and people go through their whole life fighting over this shit, defending this shit, living their whole life by these things that's really just a fragment of the total knowledge that we used to have. So a lot of people are out here living their life based upon a lie. They're actually living their whole life through a limited perception. So yeah, man, CERN is alien technology. Humans did not invent CERN. So you got to understand, you got to research the Annunaki. You got to research about ancient Samaria, because when you study that story, you actually begin to see that the Anunnaki, who we could call aliens or gods or extraterrestrials, they actually taught humans how to harness energy. They taught humans about magic. They taught humans about technology, and they used humans as slaves to construct and build certain altars, to build certain monuments, to dig and mine for gold. They used humans as slaves to actually do their work for them. Now, my theory is, I feel like black people at a certain point, we actually rebelled against the Anunnaki and we started to actually go to war with them. And as a result of that, a lot of niggas got killed. And so as a result, they actually created white people and they created other races who would actually go along with the programming more. You know, niggas don't like to listen to shit. Niggas don't like to follow instructions. So I feel like they had to create the white man who would actually be a better servant, who would actually carry out the missions to a T. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion. Like I said, man, I'm not really into the racism. I don't even really give a fuck about all this black, white shit. All that shit is dumb as fuck. I just feel like, based on history, based on all of what science says, that black people was the original people and white people came from somewhere. Now, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in heaven and hell. I don't believe in really religion. So I believe that there are higher life form entities, extraterrestrials, guys, however you want to describe them. I definitely believe that humans are not the only life form in existence that's conscious. I believe that it's way smarter beings that's manipulating reality behind the scenes, and they don't really have the same mindset as humans. They don't give a fuck about right and wrong, good and evil. They don't give a fuck about none of that. All they care about is energy, power, and completing their mission and having their desires to be met. So yeah, man, CERN is alien technology, very, very powerful. I don't really get too much into the conspiracies. I don't believe that CERN is gonna fuck your life up or fuck the world up, but it will cause certain shifts that will lead to other shifts that could potentially cause certain things to happen that could actually become unstable at some time in the future. But I don't really buy into the fear. I don't really buy into the hype. You know, I just feel like it's another day at the office, and you know, this is just the beginning. If you think that CERN is scary now, wait until 5-10 years from now when they actually start to perfect this shit and the beings and the entities actually improve the technology so that they'll actually be able to come through in real time. You know, so that's something to look out for. I'm not a hater against CERN. I do feel like it's crazy. I do feel like it can have negative effects, but hey man, it's the world, man. I want to see what happens. I'm curious. So if you found this video helpful, useful, entertaining, or if you just fuck with the content, please drop a like, hit subscribe, leave a comment, you know, hit the bell button so you get a notification every time I drop a video. I'm trying to drop videos every day, multiple times per day. I'm trying to really step my content game up and keep giving y'all this sauce, man. So until next time, man, I'll see y'all again. Peace.